Good morning and welcome to Rust Legacy. Today's video will be maybe a set of videos. I'm going to be making them in 15-minute chunks or less. And today I'm going to spend 24 minutes or thereabouts collecting 7 stone nodes, 8 wood piles, 3 boars, 1 wolf, 1 bunny, or 1 chicken, to turn that into at least, at the end of the process, 40 stones, 610 wood, 36 cloth, 42 fat. In a 15-minute period of time, I will craft that into a hatchet, campfire, small box, bench, 16 arrows or less, 1 foundation, 4 pillars, 1 ceiling, 1 doorway, 1 door, 3 walls, 1 bow, 1 bag, 1 furnace, and 1 repair bench. And also the optional skipping 380 wood to make that whole arrangement of parts to make a building. I might just use the survival shack and a door instead. That should result in a total of 610 or 300 or so to do this. This would be the minimum to have what I'm going to call tier 1 or tier 0, depending how you look at it, where I don't have any BPs and I'm able to do this. Now, I'm using a copy of the server software, dedicated server software, on my computer, and I'm doing it from my computer. Now, a bit of a rant while we run towards the first stone node. I'm in an area with deer, boar, but no wolf. That's ideal for the first stages because we don't want to deal with them. That way, about, almost half a kilometer, is going to be the 3 bears. Great, you think that's a wonderful source of materials if you have a bow or a rifle or whatever, but the trouble is they don't provide as much as the combination of a pig, a chicken, and a bunch of things like a wolf. Wolves produce ridiculous amounts of cloth. So first thing is, whatever we can find first we go towards. We want to use a stone node first, so I'm going to just temporarily look and see if I can see a stone node easy. I can. The reason for that is to get the stone to build a hatchet. What we're going to do is, while we're harvesting one thing or another, we will switch to crafting an item at it. I crouch down, hit the fire button, and start collecting materials. I have crouch and fire assigned to a key, in this case the letter Z, to give me a harvesting button, or whatever you want to call it. Gather button is another name for it. After I've gotten that, I check my inventory and I pull the rocks down here. I pull the metal ore, because that's all I need in first stage, and I'm not going to bother with the sulfur. And I'm going to do that to craft a hatchet, which I pre-select by clicking this button. I need to get 5 stones and 10 wood. 10 wood can be gathered from a single tree, but we have a wood pile, so we'll just do that quickly. When in doubt, do whatever you can at the time, whenever you can, however you can. Now, this will be a 24-minute or less of me gathering, again, 8 piles of wood and 7 stone nodes. And it won't matter what they are. We're mostly interested in the rocks. The ancillary thing is about 2 of them will provide enough material for the metal we need. And, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a hatchet first thing if we can. Again, we need more material. We drag the wood over here so I can have a status display so I don't have to keep going to my menu, which honestly irritates the hell out of me. I should have a status display. But anyway, there's our status display ad hoc together. As soon as we have this, you would think we would immediately start crafting hatchet. It takes long enough to do that we don't. We finish what we're doing with the rock. We do not throw away the rock because a rock is an infinitely durable tool. And at the end of this, we're supposed to get like 40 stones and 600 wood, or maybe 300 or so. Let's see what we got. Nothing. Okay. So we run to something to harvest. That's not going to be the piglet. We're going to use a hatchet on the piglet. We need, again, 3 of them. That's the bulk of what we need to get away with doing things. And we can make a bow after that point. Since the other things we're going to go after, we're going to need a bow to get. But we can get it with a hatchet. We have to be able to run. So we have to have sprint, move forward, 2 keys held down. And then when we want to strike, we can hold down the fire button on our mouse. And really, we're not going to be... Okay, so we're at a point where I don't have any resources. Again, okay? I'd like to point out today that there were plenty of single serving servers, as I call them. Single servers, because there was nobody on them and I could have done a video from there. But because I'm doing this from my own hard drive, this causes more lag than I could ever get from a server. So anyway, we go here and, ignoring what I said a minute ago, disregard previous instructions, hit the hatchet button, and start crafting. I don't have Instacraft on my own server because I'm lame. Now, we can go after Piggy if we get the close-up. We can reduce the number of strikes we have to do. While we're doing crafting, we're already moving slowly anyway. In fact, I think I could just walk towards it because it's going to slow me down. Stealth mode, whether I like it or not. Now that I got a hatchet, I can do the rest of the strikes. It was one strike we got away with. Piggy. Come here, Piggy. We approach the Piggy thusly for a second or third strike. Go up towards its head. And again, a lag spike took it away from me. So I go here. And take advantage of the lag. Embrace the lag, yes. This is so dumb. So since the game engine and server software are conspiring to lag, but they don't have to actually crouch to harvest to do this. And eventually it tells me I've actually harvested something. And as you can see, through the wonder and joy of this, we have the ability to make a bow, probably. Let's see what happens when I try to. Scroll down until I get... bow. There we go. And my copy of the server software is lagging on showing me icons. Or not showing them. Great. So this is the 2015 version of the server, and I'm using a 2016 client. 2016 client meaning that it's the latest version I could get that works, that's reliable, and I can mod. Not the latest version. I found a December version. Yep, December 2016, the last version downloadable. I'll be doing a video about that later. So I need to collect... Yes, computer. Thank you very much for lag strength. Dear anybody who writes software, if you write your server and client software in such a way that they can't freaking work, even at gunpoint, in a way that's efficient from one computer, so it can be a single player game, rewrite your game. So anyway, I'm going to put the wood here because I need to know how much I'm collecting, and I need this here. I don't need to know the number of arrows. I'm just going to see out of one quote-unquote unit of arrows, how many arrows is that? We grab this over here, and it's 4 arrows. 4 arrows is enough to take out the wolf, and if I wasn't lag spiking all over the place, that would be fine. I am, so I'm going to hit a total of 5 sets of arrows and craft them. And then just start walking and hope that the lag spikes don't take my inventory, rubber band me back. Now, this is on a server where I've run as many optimizations as I can, and still running it from my own computer, it can't do it correctly. I'm using an older operating system, but that's not the cause. I have 8 gigabytes, so that's not the cause. But the cause is that the game engine itself has problems sometimes. There are ways to optimize it for running it as a single-player game, but those would involve truly integrating them into each other by having the server launcher and the client launcher in the same folder and doing that. So anyway, we got plenty of arrows, so let's see if we can find anything to use them on. Oh look, something to use it on. As I said, go after the piglet, give the piggy. If possible, it's the best. Forget the rest. But at this point, I'm afraid that I can't even go towards one without having the game crash, so we bap. And yes, for anybody not familiar, in the game, entities will go through other entities. They do not have collision hull, or variations thereof. And the hatchet should last the entire time we need it. And some things you need to crouch down to collect, as you know. Like tiles and stone, you need to crouch. Because it's just going to work best to start that way, since you're going to have to do it towards the end. Although if you want to be a real jerk, go around, do not crouch to collect your resources, and shoot There we go, shoot. Collect them in such a way that you leave a bunch of half-consumed piles. It'll annoy people slightly. And I hit the button anyway. And again, I decided to crouch and fire with the same key. I also have a run button that's on my mouse, which I'm going to take advantage of right now. And if this video doesn't have a terrible frame rate, I'm sure it does, but if it doesn't have the worst frame rate in history, I'll upload it. If it does, I won't. I've got to find a way to do this. Again, this morning there were like 20 servers with no players on them, and then, like, I'm in Oregon. At 1 p.m. almost exactly, they just, all of them disappeared like they're doing a fresh wipe or something, which may be true. Maybe this is wipe day. But there were dozens today, and they all kind of counted up yesterday. So there we go. And keep going. Now we do the arrows because I can chase it down. It's much more fun if you're on a server and it lets you get away with it to chase them down because you don't have to waste anything on the bow and arrow in the first place. And yes, in the game there's a built-in lag permanently installed where it won't deploy at all if you just use the button. I guess it was a nerf they did a long time ago and left it. If I find a way to get rid of that in the game and in the server files, I'll do it. Because I'm pretty sure it would be considered cheating if it wasn't matching what the server code says. Now, we already have our status display there, but let's bring up the others. We need a certain amount of animal fat. 32. I have 24. Pretty close to getting there. I don't need that sulfur. The cloth I need to collect. Total is 36. I'm very close to there. The metal ore is incidental, 24 and 65, so I need to go after wood and stone and a few more animals. So again, we get out of that, put this away, and go running towards our doom. So let's go. In fact, at this point, I'm pretty close to just needing to go get the wolf. The wolf provides double the amount of material wealth as far as cloth. In fact, if I was to bring up my list onto the left, which shouldn't be visible, the cloth and fat rates from animals are very strange. A wolf will put out 20 cloth, 5 fat, 5 meat. A bear puts out 10 cloth, 10 fat, and 8 meat. And a bunch of other extras. So if you want to make something beyond, let's call this tier 1, where we built a box building and that's about it. I mean, we've got all the basics. Like I said, the whole idea here is that we end up with, at the end of it, a repair bench, furnace, just all the stuff that you can make without getting any blueprints. So let's see if I can get this done. Again, this would have been a lot easier if all these servers were just up, but okay. And yeah, for those of you who like your Let's Plays and long-form videos, I'm just going to chop it into 15s and do it as a playlist of 15-minute videos or less. I'm almost at the end of this first video of our process. So let's just get her done. Get this agonizing, terrible, horrible, sordid affair done. And again, on my own server, on my own hard drive, I'm experiencing a hard lag spike. And also, I suck at the game. Let's go back over here and get this node, because maybe it didn't register. We're almost at 40 stone, so I'll annihilate this node. That'll be it for the rocks. And this also allows us, if we get extra, we should, to make a brand new hatchet if I need to. The ideal is to get through with only having to use one hatchet's worth of materials in time. So, racing violently fast in a dramatic fashion to go up on here in Hanya. Up here.